Titus Software. Titus Software. Not really a household name. Probably never heard of them. They were a publisher and developer that had their hands in many hit titles such as Dick Tracy, Virtual Chess, Superman, and Xena Warrior Princess. Among the list of such fabulous games, I noticed in North America they published a game called Ardy Lightfoot. Released as a Super Nintendo exclusive in 1994, it was developed by ASCII. When you talk about Super Nintendo platformers, there aren't many that stand out on a list besides the ones that everyone knows and loves. People seem to talk about them either because they are just bad or because they love them. I think the problem with them is they all sort of meld together. Most of the time when you're playing a Super Nintendo platformer, it feels like every other one you played, or just comes off lackluster. They usually contain a lot of snappy and jerky movements or crappy controls. I remember trying Yogi the Bear and feeling sick just off of the camera movement. So with most of the platformers on the system just playing off a license of a popular film or character and being less than memorable, I want to talk about one that was really a lot of fun and now sticks out to me as one of the better platformers on the system. Good old Ardy Lightfoot. Well, who the hell is Ardy Lightfoot, you ask? I never heard of this character. Well, old Ardy is a cat, I think. A cat, bear, squirrel type looking fellow. He has a sidekick too named Peck. Peck looks like a penguin, but I can't really be sure. One day, while Ardy was out spelunking, the ground underneath him gave away, and he stumbled upon a slate. He brings it to town and shows it to the old man. The old man translates the slate, and it read, "Long ago, great power created a rainbow. Many bad things happened, and the great power was lost. Then the power was divided into 7 pieces. When these 7 pieces meet again, any wish will come true. One returned to the earth, another sunk to the bottom of dark cold water, another piece left forgotten in a deserted town, and another disappeared into the outer sea." Well, it turns out an evil king named Viscotti already had one piece and he's looking for the others. With him being a less than desirable character, there is no thinking what he would do with that one wish. So Ardy sets out on an adventure to stop King Viscotti and reunite the 7 pieces. Besides that dialogue, there is no other in the game. I like that about this game. It conveyed a story by the characters' animations. It gives you a story, but doesn't write it out plain as day to you. Instead, it draws it out for you. Ardy Lightfoot contains 17 levels ranging in length and difficulty. While some of them are a breeze, some of them are more extensive. Some are linear and straightforward, others have extensive platforming and some puzzle solving. The puzzle solving is minimal and doesn't feel monotonous at all. That goes for the boss fights too. I enjoyed them and I liked the style of them. Some were real inventive and fresh. Some a breeze and some downright hard. There is one where you're scaling platforms to hit these colored buttons. Each of the buttons unleashes a spring-loaded boxing glove to hit the boss with. The boss is also trying to unload these gloves to hit you. So it becomes a fight of wits and reactions. It can be tricky at first and will have you sticking your tongue out like Michael Jordan as you get yourself in the zone focusing on the rhythm of the fight. Ardy can essentially take 2 points of damage before he dies. When you get hit once, you lose your sidekick Peck, and Ardy has to fend for himself. If you get hit without having Peck, you die. While Peck functions as health, he is also one of your attacks. In fact, he is your only other attack. Ardy can throw Peck in front of him to kill enemies. If you don't have him, Ardy's only other line of offense is an attack where he jumps on enemies with his tail. You have to press B in the air and Ardy will come down on enemies with his tail attack. The window for this move can sometimes be small and is used in many of the boss fights where Peck becomes useless. It can be a tricky move to pull off at times, so it's important to get good with it. Ardy's tail also functions as a way to allow you to jump higher, and the game will have you timing and plotting through some challenging stages with it. Now overall, Ardy Lightfoot is a unique experience, and it definitely will leave you with some memorable moments and palm-sweating experiences. It's a feel-good game that holds some charm, and I recommend you Super Nintendo fans to check it out. There was supposed to be a part 2, as when you beat the game, it says to be continued. Unfortunately, it never arose. Whether that's because the publisher of the first one went bankrupt, or there was simply no demand for it, I'm not sure. There is more I can say about Ardy Lightfoot, but I don't want to spoil too much. Go try this game for yourself. This has been Late Night Retro. Thank you for watching. Until next time.